Before we begin with the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. It'll really help me out and encourage me to make more content similar to this one. Now without further ado, let's dive into the video. Teon, the developers behind Terminator Resistance, has done a good job at recreating the look and feel of the Robocop world in the recently released game Robocop Rogue City. This game takes place between the second and third movies with a decent story crafted to fit in the gap between these two movies. Throughout the game, you chase a man originally billed as the new guy in town, who then becomes Wendell Antonowski, the brother of Emil Antonowski, one of Clarence Boddicker's gang members from the first Robocop movie. My only gripe with this reveal is that I had to look up who this guy was and who he was related to because I didn't have all the names of Clarence Boddicker's gang members committed to memory. As you play, the way Wendell describes himself and the way he talks, he drops vague lines that make you think he's either the brother of Clarence Boddicker or Dick Jones, which is who I thought he was related to before I looked up the name. Other small gripes I had with the game was the voice acting in small degrees. I know Teon is a small developer, so I can't expect quality like Resident Evil 4 Remake or other AAA titles, but I was hoping to at least hear 8209 sound like himself from the movies. What we got in the game sounded off to me.
Put down your weapon. You have 20 seconds to comply.
The situation is under control.
You now have 15 seconds to comply.
Stand back.
I'll do one better, cop. I'm out of here.
You now have 5 seconds to comply. 4.
I said
3,
everything is under control.
1.
Ed,
I am
stand
now
there.
authorized to use physical force. Put down your weapon. You have 20 seconds to comply. You now have 15 seconds to comply.
Also, I know the actor for the police chief Reed passed away, but this character could have sounded more intimidating like he did in the movies.
Get back in line.
And town showed up in the city. The word on the street is that he wants to spend a lot of money in old Detroit, and that has made every gang in the city start advertising their services. We need to find him before things get out of control.
Lewis, come here when you're finished fucking around with your suspect.
Get on your feet.
Not now, EJ. Get a cup of coffee. Funeral's tomorrow. Department requests all officers not on duty to attend. Any donations for the family may be given to Cecil as usual. And I don't want to hear any more talk about strike. We're not plumbers. We're police officers. And police officers don't strike.
I hope in the coming days there's a patch because on the PlayStation 5 version of the game that I purchased, I had a few minor hiccups. First, I noticed a few times where video and audio were out of sync or even the audio surpassing the video and ending before the video of the scene even catches up. Another concern that I have is that when I put on the Robocop 2 skin, the audio seems to bug out and skip occasionally, so I switched back to the default skin or the damaged skin that I pre-ordered.
Thanks to Robocop's insubordination, we finally have something concrete.
At your service.
Wendell Antonowski struck a deal with the street vultures at Highland Park.
A place where, for some reason, we weren't supposed to go.
Be that as it may, we're on the lookout for anyone from this biker gang. We also know what he's looking for.
Yeah, dead bodies.
Dead bodies whose brains are still intact, to be precise.
Wow, that's even more messed up. Why would he need them?
We'll get to the whys, but for now we need to focus on catching Spike. He's our connection to Wendell Antonowski. Since they know we're onto them, I'm expecting them to be in hiding.
They're not hiding. Put on Channel 9.
What in the hell?
I repeat, OCP Bank is being robbed by the notorious street vultures. We'll keep trying to get closer for a better view.
All right, everyone pack up. I want you all to be at SWAT's disposal.
Sergeant, am I back on the case?
I don't think Becker will give me grief if I let you go save OCP's money. You're reinstated. Everyone, move out!
Lastly, I was unable to complete the In Memory of Officer Briggs side mission. I could go to the terminal, but I couldn't select any options. I rebooted the game and tried again to encounter the same issue. Other than that, no other major bugs or game-breaking things were of note to me. Now, let's dive into more of the game. From the start, I enjoyed the CRT overlay that Robocop has to scan the environment as well as target enemies on screen. The gore in this game is awesome, as it is in tone with the movies and it does not go too over the top with blood and gore. Even when you begin to upgrade the Auto 9 gun, you can upgrade the gore that is sprayed from enemies as you blow them to bits. Upgrading to Auto 9 could have used a tutorial just to get us familiar with how the system works as well as the chip merger system. Needing to know what combinations of chip make certain shapes would have been useful as well. Even Robocop moving feels satisfying, as you feel like you're walking around in his shoes. When I participated in the beta test back in July, this was a concern of mine, as in the beta, Robocop moved way too fast in both normal walking and his running motions as well, and I'm glad that they fixed this between the beta and the release last week. Granted, this makes running around for mission objectives and side quests a little longer than needed, but keep in mind, you're walking a giant machine. I also enjoyed the attention to the robots that were heavy hitters in the series in the first two movies, so spoiler alert from here on out. The scene where we meet ED-209 gave me goosebumps, as I knew I'd be shooting it out with him at some point since it was teased in the first trailer for the game. Each fight with ED-209 was fun and challenging. Oh, I forgot to mention that you fight 3 ED-209 robots in this game, but I won't tell you where and when. Another robot that made me chuckle was the UED, or Urban Enforcement Droids, that you meet in a short scene in Robocop 2, where OCP is trying to replicate the success of the original Robocop. Lastly, you fight Robocop 2, or as I call him, Kane. Again, I won't say where you meet him and where you fight him, but I love this encounter as well. This game is solid in nailing the look and feel of a dirty and grungy old Detroit as you explore and gain experience. Performing investigations and exploring areas such as the streets, the steel mill, and the OCP offices themselves really show the great attention to detail that the developers did in building the world of Robocop from the ground up. In one campaign mission, you even travel to where Alex Murphy met his demise, causing you to glitch out briefly. Also, the game features famous brands from the movie such as Magnavolt, Nukem, and the SUX car line, all made driving into the world much more fun. In closing, this game was great with a few technical hiccups on PlayStation 5. It's nice to have a Robocop game that doesn't suck and that I enjoyed the exploration and the world that this game presented. This game just needs an update patch and a new game plus added. I was bummed that upon completion I couldn't start a new game with my upgrades and would have to start back at square one upon starting a new game. Also, just add a small tutorial for upgrading to Auto 9, as well as maybe giving names or identifiers to the circuit boards that you collect for the upgrading of the gun as well. This game I definitely recommend to anybody that is a fan of the Robocop movies, and dare I suggest that while Nacon and Taeyon have the license to Robocop and Terminator, maybe they could work on a remake of Robocop vs. Terminator as well. Until next time, my Koopalings, this is Grim Koopa signing off. If you liked what you just watched, like the video and subscribe to the channel. It'll help the channel grow and encourage me to make more content just like this.